So far, we've experimented with simple programs on Pruter, and we've looked at slides showing some code. But this is a programming course, so we want to get into programming ASAP. And one of the most important things that you have to remember is that Pruter is not C. Pruter is just a web interface that you can use to write programs in C, but you can use any other editors. You can do whatever you want. You can use Notepad to write programs in C. And today I'm going to show you how to use Visual Studio Code, an editor I tend to like very much, to write some C programs. But I will also show you, for example, how you can change those programs using Notepad or any other editor that you have in front of you. So if you already have VS Code, that's great. If you don't, I highly recommend that you install it. And here I'm going to write, let's say, first dot C. So I say first dot C, and this way the computer knows that this is a C program. VS Code is smart, so it automatically puts an icon on the left saying this is a C code. And then I'll put in the boilerplate that is always used, and you will see that this editor makes very intelligent suggestions for what I should be doing. It completes my lines for me even. So let's say that I have this code, print, and I'll just say hello world to just once again. So let me make a couple of changes. Yeah, this should be fine. So here is a piece of code, and now I am going to compile it. How am I going to compile it? So you will see I have a terminal open right below this. And this is just your command prompt in Windows or your terminal in Unix, either. And in here, what you need to have installed is GCC. GCC is essentially a collection of compilers, which also includes the C compiler. And if you want to check if you have GCC installed, you just type GCC ---- version. And in this case, you can see for me, I have GCC installed, so I get a description of the version that I have installed. So now that I have GCC, what I can do is I can say GCC, I'll use the name of my code, first.c. Then I have to define the name of the output file that I want to generate. Now you'll say, what is an output file? And I'll tell you momentarily, but I'll just call it hello, just in general. And I compile it, and look at what happened. There's a new file that has been created. Right now, I am on a Windows machine, so I have a file called hello.exe. And this is a file that contains text that I cannot read, and you cannot read, but the machine can read it. In one of the earlier lectures, we saw that the compiler converts the C code into machine language. This code has been converted into machine language, and you can see it's big. And I mean, there's some English readable text, but it's mostly strange numbers and words that don't make sense to you. These are all messages in machine language, and they are actually telling the computer to print hello world. Look at how much effort it takes for the computer to say hello world. You should be thankful that we have a programming language that is high level, that abstracts away from all of this so that we can just focus on programming. So this is our executable file, and then we execute this file by just saying hello. And you will see that we get the output hello world right here. This is the first program that we compiled without using Pruter, but we can do something else. let's look at our code again. So here is our code. I will open it in Notepad. So how do I open it in Notepad? Oops. I will open it with Notepad and I will say, I'll replace this with welcome to ESC 111. We're not getting bonus points for creativity, so we'll keep printing these boring messages. Okay, so I changed it and look at how smart VS Code is. It automatically reflects the change. This is something that wouldn't generally happen in a normal editor, but VS Code is really smart. So we can use that smartness and see. Now let's see if we say hello, what happens? Oh, look, we got hello world back again. Why? I thought VS Code was smart. Then why is it still printing hello world when we want to be printing welcome to ESE 111? Ah, the problem is that I have not compiled the code after having changed it. So the machine language code in hello.exe still thinks that we have to say hello world. Now that's not a hard problem to fix. I will simply say gcc first.c hello. And now when I say hello, I get the message, welcome to ESC 111. So this, in a nutshell, is how you work with an editor and a terminal that is not Fruiter